What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry to do this intro after the video. I kind of messed up on the intro originally. I had my mic muted. Thanks for joining. We're going to kick it off by having a couple new players introduce themselves. We got a few new faces that are on the team. So I'm going to kick it over to Will and let him introduce himself, and then we'll jump off the podcast. Thanks again.
Sure. What's up, guys? I'm Will. I've been playing since around 2014, so like X and Y era. On and off ever since then. I never really leave. Every time I leave the game and stop playing and sell all my cards, I just play online the entire time. So I've never actually left the game fully. Yeah, so I've been playing on and off since 2014. That's pretty much it.
All right. Tony, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So, Tony. I've also, been collecting for years, obviously, but I started playing same time. I think Phantom Forces era, on and off. Other than that, we're just a bunch of guys getting together to try to get better at this game.
Very nice.
That's pretty much it.
Giovanni, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name's Giovanni Angel. I've been playing for I guess like almost a year now. I started when Twilight Masquerade just came out. So I haven't been playing too long, but it's been super fun. Having a great time. I'm obsessed with the game. It's crazy how much I play it. But yeah, I'm ready to learn more and play the game more and see where it goes. You feel me?
Yeah. So did you play any other card games prior?
No, bro. No. I mean, other than Cards Against Humanity and stuff that.
Gotcha. So Pokemon's your first actual official TCG. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, so that's a couple new faces. I just wanted you guys to introduce yourselves since you guys weren't on the last one. We also got Alex and Nikki who were on last time. So some familiar faces as well.
Goats.
So since the last time we hopped on and talked, there was the Pokemon Presents. I don't know, did everyone watch it or see at least a recap of it?
Yeah, I got a little recap.
Woke up way too early to watch that.
Yeah.
I woke up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's like 6 in the morning.
Yeah, it was 6 a.m. our time.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I caught it right as it was halfway through, so I just I was a little bit behind on it, but I honestly thought it was a pretty good presents overall.
Yeah.
I know megas are back. That's the main thing for us. But for those
the twist.
What was it?
Right. It's a big twist. I don't know how we're gonna deal with this one. But for those that play the actual video game, there was some pretty hype stuff too. I'm looking forward to this new battle style that they're introducing. Plus,
a
bunch
can,
of
dodge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun for everybody.
I wonder how that's gonna work for VGC.
Yeah, that is gonna shake up VGC a little bit. I feel like it brings a little more mechanic into the game, right?
I don't think this game's gonna impact the VG.
Because Legends Arceus didn't, right?
Yeah, because Legends Arceus didn't had a similar mechanic.
Yeah, so these are kind of out of the realm.
The only way I think it's gonna affect is the introduction of megas. So
yeah,
you're probably gonna be able to play with some megas, but
so they would have to be home accessible then, right? You'd have to put them on the home and then put them on the Scarlet Violet, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that, and then maybe even with that, it might not transfer over. It's still, it's still too early to tell, but.
So we think that because it's a Legends game, it won't be a streamlined series for events like regionals or
pretty
much.
Like
okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be doing that. I know, for us, it's gonna affect us quite a bit.
New generation, I think, is really what affects the VGC. So I mean, I don't think Diamond and Pearl remakes were really affected or anything, right?
No, but it's just additional remake though, right? So that's where...
Yeah, it just opened up the pool, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It gave similar to the TCG, it just brought back old Pokemon in new forms. So.
But I will say, other than the VGC, I think the cool thing about the new game is it kind of feels like you're actually playing the anime, right? We get the whole oh shit, Caterpie dodge, we get to actually dodge attacks. So I think that's pretty cool aspect we get now.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it. I mean, Legends Arceus was my favorite modern game. So when I saw that it was similar in like the way you catch Pokemon, the way you run around, and then also I really liked that they incorporated the wild zones like they did in Sword and Shield. I really like that because it's not. That's the one thing I think that even though Scarlet and Violet was open world or is open world, it feels like there's no lapse in between what you're doing. It just feels like you're either on a path or you're in the weeds
open.
catching Pokemon. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
I do like how it is somewhat separated.
I think that's like fair because I think that was my only like quote unquote issue with Scarlet and Violet was it kind of felt like you got lost for a while. You could go anywhere, but you really couldn't go like anywhere.
Right. Yeah. So I am looking forward to that. And I do like the catch mechanics of Legends Arceus, so I feel like that's going to be a good blend. But yeah,
I'm trying to see what new items are going to come to the TCG based off of the new game. Because we got like Heavy Ball and like all that stuff off of the Legends Arceus game. So
yeah,
that's true.
Now, are you guys excited for Megas as a whole?
So I was going to talk about this. How do we? For the OGs, people who've played since like back when 3 prizes were a thing, like VMAX and stuff. How do we feel about it?
See, I actually like it.
Oh, very good.
I like it. I like it.
GG, bro.
I'm not super opposed to it because it's like I was saying in the Discord, like when it first was announced, like when I went against a VMAX deck, like, and I played something that wasn't VMAX. Oh, cool! I just got to knock out 2 in order to get to win the game. And honestly, if you're playing something that's gonna get to those numbers anyways, say you're playing Raging Bolt, say you're playing Dango, something like that. It's a GG's, man. I'm knocking out 2 of your Gardevoirs, I'm knocking out 2 of your Lucarios, and I'm winning the game. So
yeah, and I don't necessarily think they're like super overpowered. Like the Gardevoir, you still have to set up the Gardevoir EX to even make it viable. Like the Lucario doesn't really have like an engine besides itself. Like it needs to be able to attach to its other Pokemon. So it's okay. It's not like VMAXs where like it was just big Pokemon hitting for insane numbers like Mew.
We got to see what they come out with too.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say.
Because this is the first iteration.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my.
I mean, look at the
thing.
first VMAXs; they weren't great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta also think that like these don't evolve from these evolve from the baby Pokemon, right?
True.
So like if we see like Mega Absol, Mega Heracross like as cards, they're gonna be basics. So you gotta think we're gonna see like 250, 260 HP basics.
And a lot of
3 prizes. It's just not gonna be as good.
Yeah.
A lot of decks are going to switch up too. They're gonna use, we already see Charmeleon being played in Charizard. Damn well we're getting another Charizard Mega. Like there's no way in hell we're not.
Sure.
We're getting at least 2, maybe
at least 2. Yeah,
maybe a third for sure.
Yeah. So and they're gonna milk that cow as much as they can. So we're getting a Charizard.
I was gonna say I kind of want to get a Giovanni's opinion on this since he's never had to deal with 3 prizers like this.
That's true.
Yeah, Giovanni, how do you feel about this? I mean, have you watched? I guess let's start here. Have you watched old formats at all?
I haven't watched any old formats.
Okay.
But like when I started playing, I picked up Miraidon, and the list I was running was with the Regieleki VMAXs.
Okay.
So like
that's right.
I understood like
That's what I was gonna say.
like how bad it was being hit for 3 prizes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. My whole opinion on it is like basically like if it really like bugs you that much, just don't play them. You know what I mean? Just play a different. You know what I mean? I don't know where it's gonna go to because it's gonna be my first rotation, so I don't really understand it yet. But
Yeah.
That's
early
how
on,
I
I agree. Early on, I think you'll be able to avoid it if you don't want to play them. But as
It's gonna get to a point where you like have to play them.
Yeah. Because
Dang,
Pokemon,
that's crazy.
you look the way they designed the game. It's the same with VMAXs to V stars, right? They slowly creep you out of one and into another, because they want you to buy the new cards, right?
Right.
They want you to buy the new expansions, so
You barely notice it too.
Yeah, so like they're gonna make it where
Crazy.
it just slowly fades into the next one way or another, right? So eventually, I do feel like we will go back to the 3 prize trades, unless you're a single prize deck, and then also there's some conversation to be had of Briar with Terra Pokemon taking a 4 prize turn.
Well, bro, it gets way worse than that, bro.
Crazy.
It's not only Briar now. Like now you can math it even more with Dusknoir.
Yeah.
You go Dusknoir to a 3 prizer plus Briar. I'm taking a 5 prize turn just because I want to. You know what I mean? It's just
it's gonna if there is a baby deck like for Alligator, for example, right, that can hit big numbers and take out big Pokemon like that, and use Briar and use these different type of Pokemon or different type of trainers, different shenanigans, then it's gonna get crazy. And those baby decks are gonna be outstanding because you can just win in 2 turns. Obviously you can't use Briar for Alligator, but
no, but still, you take.
But yeah, you're not wrong. Two 3-price Pokemon. That's just game.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I don't know. I've always been one to let's see where the development goes before we judge it. I mean, there's been a lot of hate on X this week or this past week, right? Where everyone's freaking out. They're like, "Oh, here we go, back to 3 prizes again." I'm like, I think it could be good. I think if it's done right, it could be good. Because if they slow the game down enough, then that's what speeds the game up where you don't get a bunch of ties, right? So if they slow it down to where you have to evolve and you have to play through sequences, and it doesn't last more than 3 turns or 4 turns, then you have to have 3 prizers to kind of move that pace. Because I mean, how many people do we already see going 5+ ties at our regional, right? And no matter what side of the fence, who's causing that's an issue, right? So with that being said, this helps that. You won't get 5 ties if you're taking 2 3-prize.
3-prize. Yeah, taking 2 knockouts per game.
That's just not going to happen, right?
Yeah, man. So, games were fast when I was taking 6 prize cards against Mew with Drapion.
Hey,
so
I'm still offended. All right.
As long as we don't get something that just breaks the meta where it's ADP, where all of a sudden 3 prizers or 4 prizers and 1 prizer or 2 prizers.
Well, we still have that though, right? Because you can theoretically punch and then swing with the hands or Briar. So 3 prizers are still a liability to be 4 prizers, depending on what you're playing against, right? But I get what you're saying is that constant, no matter what you do, every deck you face, because ADP was everywhere, you're automatically losing 4 prizes, right? So
yeah, it was just a pain during that format.
For sure.
Be careful what you talk about, dude. We're gonna use Zacian, so.
That's
don't remind me, Will. Don't remind me.
What was that, Alex?
I was like, this format is it's a lot less oppressive than the ADP format.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
just because.
Without a doubt.
Just because there's no damage boost, there's no strong things to pair with Iron Hands. Iron Hands is mostly a 120 hit, maybe 140.
Yeah.
And I mean and who's really playing Future Box to make those numbers anymore? That deck is been gone.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Ryan cooks up some random stuff, man.
Hey, I can't play the mirrors, man. That's one thing. You guys always know when I show up to locals, I'm not playing. I won't play Dragapult right now for that reason. I won't play.
Don't worry, nobody else does either.
Huh?
Yeah.
Nobody else plays Dragapult either. It's fine.
That first 2 weeks, it was everywhere.
There's 3 people in this car now playing Dragapult, so.
Dude, we're gonna see Dragapult and Noctowl everywhere, bro. It's gonna be annoying. Yeah. Noctowl's gonna be everywhere. How many people do you think at locals will actually pick up for Alligator?
Oh, it's a good. It's a really good deck, especially if you're playing with the melodic. Since we're losing Cologne, it seems super hard for Dragapult to get around.
Yeah.
Now, but I guess here's the thing: is there a skill ceiling for that, or is it anyone can pick it up, right? And maybe you guys can attest to it more. I haven't played the deck. I played against it a couple times, but I haven't really picked it up and played it. Can anyone really grab it, or is it?
No,
I
can attest to that. No,
you don't think so?
No, it's very I don't think it's user friendly.
It's in my opinion, it is it's not as skillful as Dragapult, but it has the same style in the sense where if you're not correct with what you're benching, where you're placing your damage counters, I can talk about real quick about the matchup earlier today when I went to Paladins. I was down 5-1 against Miraidon and was able to clean it up because of proper Pult does, proper placement, proper being able to come in and then knock out one Pokemon one turn, prevent them from getting set up properly and taking a 4-price turn and just winning the game there.
Well, I mean, not only is it like it's a big hitter, but it's also a control style deck. Like there's control features. It's not just the big hitting, moving damage counters. It's like, well, I got a control feature to this deck where I'm gonna put Mimikyu in my active. You can't retreat, buddy. Like, good luck.
Yeah,
you know.
That's what I like about the deck. I think it's very, if you want to go play aggro with it, like it depends on the matchup. You can go play aggro. If you want to play control with it, you can.
It has an arsenal, bro, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that being said, I don't think just anyone will pick it up. Like if there's a skill ceiling to it, I feel like your big turbo decks, your big basic decks, or your decks like Ancient Box, right, the single prize, kind of easy to pilot, pretty linear, those blow up really quick. Same thing with, not to pick on you, Tony, but same thing with the Slow King deck, right? Like it takes navigation, but there's also like it's pretty linear. Discard top 5, put them back. Discard top 5, put them back, right? Like that play style leans to anyone being able to grab it. Where like you see the control style decks, or something that takes a little more, plan turning or strategy for late game. Those tend to weed themselves out after a couple weeks, I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you saw that here locally, like if you look back a couple months, where people were playing Pidgeot control, people were playing Snorlax, and then what do we have? We have Dota.
Yeah. And so every once in a while myself,
it's like one other person besides you and Dakota that'll come in and play it.
That's true.
But then, it's like you said, it's with that practice. It's being able to learn these things. It's that skill ceiling on these decks that will weed out the people that just want to play big hitter go boom.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can attest to that. I refrained from playing control for a long time. Dakota kept telling me, like, dude, you need to play it. You need to play it. You need to play it. It's good. It's good. And I'm like, nah, dude, like, it's not good. And then I watched All Out Blitzel. He sent me a Blitzel stream. I watched about 3 hours of that, and then I went on a grind on ladder for like 3 days of Pidgeot control, and I finally understood, like, oh, there's so much thinking involved. You have to really, really pace out what you're doing. I mean, you're thinking 3 turns ahead, right? And like that does burn people. Like I would never play it to a regional. Play it to a local where I could play 3 or 4 rounds, fine. But playing 8 hours of it, nah, not for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like But I can attest to that. It does weed out that really fast, because if you don't enjoy that style of deck, like if you just want to play a lot of Pokemon, that's not the deck for you.
Yeah. And I feel like next format, like control is kind of like going away in a sense. I think it's more of it's wall now, right?
Yeah.
Like you have like you have walls to block your opponent from doing things. I think that's like the big next control type. Until they release something.
It becomes a different style of control. It becomes tempo control, not really like
eerie.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think, Alex? I mean, do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I was kind of thinking like people might play it a lot more, just because like we saw like it's a unique deck. There's not really a deck like it. But I also think that like people might find it fun, right? Like we saw like Cloth Terapagos. Like Cloth Terapagos was, was very unknown, and then it had like a big major win, or like a big major finish. And then all of a sudden, we saw it a lot at locals, even though it's like a high skill deck. I feel like we still saw people try and pilot it. That's what I feel like.
I think it peaked because of Japan, right?
Which one?
Yeah, that too. But I mean,
I think
which one?
For Alligator.
Oh, for Alligator, yeah, for Alligator peaked because of Japan for sure.
Cloth it's
in a regional that it popped up, like Alex was saying, and it stayed around for a couple weeks and then kind of faded, and you still have people that traditionally play it, right? But it's not everywhere like it was. I mean, we saw it locally 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then everybody bombed a cup except for a few people, and nobody was playing it anymore, right? Like,
and
it just is what it is.
Yeah, well, and it's that thing where it's like everybody. That's the rotation here, like where we are, kind of where it's like, we'll see what does good, and then we'll pick it up. People that are good with learning how to play a deck can really pick it up, and everyone else kind of flops with it and goes back to tried and true.
That's true. Yep. I mean, I guess that kind of segues us into EUIC. I know we all made predictions, on the last pod, and a couple of us may have bombshelled those predictions.
What did I say?
You said Archaludon, which, hey, I'll give it to you for
Hey,
saying
top four,
Archaludon.
top four,
Yeah,
top
You got
four.
fourth, bro. I'm there.
I'm just saying.
Top four. You called that one out. Yeah.
I
Who said
told you
Cloth?
guys.
Was it you?
Yeah, I said like the crabs
Yeah,
is the way to go, bro.
I
tried
literally
to
watched
tell
that
you.
stream and I was like, like hearing you guys' predictions, and then like this was after EUIC too. So when I watched it and I I was like, fucking Ryan, dude. Or
So
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, it just kind of made sense, right? Miraidon's on like this huge high. You get black belts training into the deck now, so you could mochi black belt. You could swing one hit KOs on any of the big big decks. Like it's well played, and you get the turn one donks, right? Like you win a lot of games just by setting up. So like,
Oh yeah.
to me it was a no-brainer. I was like, hey, it's positioned well, so that's why I made that meta call. But I could see the merit for Archaludon because that was my secondary pick if I had to pick a second one.
Well, because there's so much. I mean, there was obviously a lot of Cloth, but there was also a lot of Archaludon, and I think Archaludon has a better matchup in the Cloth than vice versa. I mean, that was my whole mental going into it. Like, obviously, Cloth is like super good right now because it hits like the numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It was a big tournament.
For sure.
Oh yeah,
this was a big fucking tournament for other than Japan, because Japan always has 5,000 person tournaments.
Yeah, 3,361.
That was a pretty big tournament.
In general,
320 people in day 2. It's a pretty big day 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but you still see like even though Miraidon didn't do well as a whole, you still see some of those tried and true like turbo style decks really like make day 2 and try to make a run, right? So
I don't know what it is, but I feel like every time in London at EUIC or in one of their tournaments over there.
That's I opened it up on purpose.
You want me to click it? What is this?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
What is this?
It's the BDIF, bro.
Oh god.
Oh, Lost Bugs?
It's what it got.
Oh,
it got 10th.
Oh shit.
Hey, it's a good call too. It swings into everything.
Don't feed into the hype, bro.
I don't know what it is.
Baby.
I don't know what it is about London though, dude. What it is about London, but there's always dangos that do good in London for some reason. Like they don't ever perform here.
Good deck, though.
Yeah, it was definitely the meta call. It was definitely the meta call for this tournament, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I watched Raul's like his whole thing about it. It just made sense, bro. You're like hitting the numbers. You're like Badoo doesn't really affect you that bad. Like you're still drawing a million cards.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, Badoo can hurt late game if it's timed well. But that like you have.
But if you have energy in hand,
you don't suffer that early Badoo.
Yeah, like the early Badoo is what people focus on mainly. I think when you play against Dango, you have to play late Badoo. You can't play early Badoo because you want them to burn the energy and then you want to stall it out a turn or two.
Like lock them out, yeah.
I mean, but even late game, I'm hoping to at least have 3 dangos on board and then I can draw at least 4 cards, and hopefully get into something. So, I mean, I think it's why it's positioned well in the next format too, because, you got Dragapult everywhere with Badoo. What are you going to do? You're going to play Dango.
Now,
you're going to hit those
do you
big
feel
numbers.
that there's merit to put like I know you want energy in hand, but is there merit to putting like a some type of recycling card like a Super Rod or something in to get energy back to play around late game Badoo?
But you can't, right? Because Super Rod.
Well, no. If you time it right, you do it before they Badoo lock you. Is there merit to that?
You just always have the energy in hand, bro.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, you want it. I want it more in discard than I do in deck. Because I have all these cards to get stuff back from the discard pile, but then like I feel like later, like because I was playing Dango all day today, and I feel like later on in the game when I have all my energy still in deck, then I have nothing to get energy out after I use that like recycler. Like I use recycler like right, and to get a big knockout or something, and then I still have energy left in my hand, and then I just get it all Ionoed back or something. It's harder for me to get that energy out of the deck than it would be getting the energy from the discard pile.
Fair. I just think because you draw so much. That was my.
Yeah. No, I mean I get that, but then every time I draw, I decide to not draw into energy. So.
No, that's fair.
I mean, at that point,
going back to like.
Sorry, go ahead,
you can
Alex.
go.
Oh, I was
I
gonna
was
say
going back to like your Super Rod. like if you're able to use Super Rod like at a point, like you might as well just use Superior. Like it's just better like in the moment, right? So you never just like want to play Super Rod like just preparing for something when like right now, do I want to use Super Rod or do I want to use like a Superior? Would I rather have that in my hand?
Yeah, I think the discard 2 just always bugs me. But again, I'm not a Dango player, so I played the deck like twice, and I was like, this deck ain't for me, dude. And I've never picked it up.
Good, bro. Good. I watched Mikey play it in Fresno, bro. And, like watching all of his plays like break down, it's like, damn, this deck is pretty solid right now. Yeah. Like you have different ways to route your win, and I think like he displayed it pretty well there. I mean, he lost in Top Cut, but Dingo's good, bro.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I think rotation brings a lot of those, like, I don't know, I'm not going to call them old archetypes, but maybe not as popular archetypes back up because people are going to play what they're comfortable with. I think I actually talked to Giovanni about this at one point. Is like, since he had never been through a rotation, I was like, hey, dude, you can always pick up Bolt again, and it doesn't lose that much. It loses some, but there's, like, new variants of. And you'll still be
I've come to the conclusion today that I'm going to be playing Bolt after rotation.
Dude, I mean, until you find something else, like it's a safe pick, right? Like you can go back to that comfort, and I think that's what we're going to see a lot of old decks pop up with like some slight changes because people are going to be like, they're not going to have all the new cards first off because Pokemon and where we're at with Pokemon right now is just impossible to get cards. And then second off, like people aren't like they're not going to be comfortable with new cards, so they're going to play with like what they have and what they're used to. So
and we'll see like a pendulum, especially at like locals and stuff like that, because everybody will play like what they're comfortable with. So you'll see a lot of Dragapult and you'll see a lot of Raging Bolt, and then because of that, then you'll start seeing a lot of Gardevoir because they're going to play the Clefairy and they're going to start dominating against all the dragons, and then you're going to get whatever's you'll see it swing too. And a lot of people are going to be comfortable with Gardevoir too, so if they start seeing a lot of the dragons, then they're going to start playing that deck for sure.
Yeah. So going back just a second to EUIC, Nikki, you mentioned there's a few of you guys on Dragapult. What Dragapult list are you on? Because I really like the Fernandez brothers list with the Monkey Dory in it. I think that's really unique. I think in the mirror it's really good. As we saw in Seniors Finals. I don't know if you watched Seniors Finals, but you're able to navigate the mirror in a totally different way. And I think it's a really cool take on the deck. And the Fernandez brothers they're some of my favorite players anyway. When Gabe moves into Masters, I think they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Yeah, I'm playing like the Natalie Miller list, kind of, but like cards are switched. Like I'm running XP share over the Crispin. I'm running 4 Arvin anyways. I might as well run the XP share. I'm not sure if she ran the vacuum, but I'm running a vacuum.
I don't think so.
No, she didn't run vacuum. I'm running vacuum, and then I'm running Artisan over Temple. Locally right now. Like if I was going to a tournament, I'm definitely running Temple for Lugia. But like right now, no one plays Lugia here, so I'm just gonna play Artisan.
Yeah, that's what I told Giovanni a while back too. Is like, man, here locally, cut the Temple. Like you just don't see that special energy.
Yeah, I switched it for Lost City.
Yeah.
And it's Lost City's so clutch. Like, even if I was like, I threw it in for the cup and I like cooked the Hydreigon, like just got all his dinos in the Lost Zone before he can even set up, and it was just like wraps,
Yeah.
I didn't watch. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I didn't watch a lot of EUIC, but there's one round that I did watch, and I was very happy that I watched it because I was at work and I just put it on. And I watched the Hisuian Zoroark round, dude. That was pretty cool to see Hisuian Zoroark. It was like one last time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Drew kind of rough, right? Like, if they would have drew a little bit better, that would have been a really cool set.
I think that set just kind of goes to show the comeback power that Dragapult has.
Oh yeah.
Like he was cooked at first. Like it was 2 to 6 prize cards. Like on paper, the Zoroark it feels like he should have won. But it just goes to show that Dragapult can just come back from anything.
Yeah. So Alex, are you still playing Guardy?
Yeah, I am still playing Guardy.
So how do you feel with all the Dragapult around? How do you feel that matchup is? Because we didn't get to see that a lot of EUIC. There wasn't a ton of Guardy. It seemed like it kind of took a dip. A lot of the tried and true players didn't play it, so we didn't see a lot of it on stream. We didn't see a lot of it in day 2. So I mean, how do you feel about Guardian where it stands after EUIC and in this current format?
I mean, I feel like in this current format, it's pretty good. I mean, you hit into like bolts, you hit into like, those like bigger decks like Archaladon, Goldango. You don't feel bad hitting into those decks because those are probably heavily favored. But I do feel like you are slightly unfavored versus Dragapult. It just all depends on like whether or not they can. If you can kind of get early knockouts, like I'm playing the Drifloon. I know like a lot of people have gone away from the Drifloon. But I feel like with Drifloon, being able to trade one-shots into Pults, and then also just like if you can prevent them from taking knockouts on your Kirlios, I feel like you're in a pretty good position.
Gotcha. And you don't worry about like, I mean, I don't know what you see locally on your end day to day either, but you don't worry about like the cloth donk or anything like that going in. I mean, what do you see a lot of that where you're at? I mean, what does that look like?
I mean, I do see. Actually, it's kind of funny because over the weekend at a cup, I actually did get cloth donked. It was best of 1, game 1. I went second because I didn't know what he was playing, and then he was just like, "Oh yeah, I got game," and rallied for all the dudes and just cloth donked me, and there was nothing I could do about that.
Yeah.
Was it just not opening up another Pokemon, or was it just not being prepared for it?
It really was just only having one Pokemon, and I think going second, right? Because had I known what he was playing, you go first in that matchup. So just to prevent the cloth donk.
Yeah, 100%.
Plus, it feels like a good matchup anyways if you can set up, right?
Yeah, because you rely on using your Guardy, right? That way the poison damage doesn't matter because you heal yourself when you attack. You can go back into those one prizes. I think Guardy into Cloth is actually a really good matchup for Guardy. I think.
No, for sure.
Like a best of 3, I think you take that. Just accept that donk turn game 1 and go to game 2.
Right.
But in best of 1s where it's just that just sucks.
It feels bad.
Yeah, I played Matt Wang in Ventura at the cup I went to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was playing Cloth and he was on Guardy, and like off rip, I knew it was just a terrible matchup. Like just the math just never really seemed to work out. Even if I Badooed him, he Badooed me, and then when he got his attackers out, it was just kind of GG's because how much I can do. And back then I wasn't playing the monkey, so like I think the monkey kind of makes the matchup a little bit better, but other than that.
Yeah, because then you take out the liabilities, right? You're able to take 2 prize turns with the monkey because you move it, knock out their active, or like the Badoo on the bench, and then swing. You're able to kind of manipulate that, so it is a little closer with the monkey in there. But so what did you guys see? I know Giovanni, Nikki, you guys were at a cup this weekend. I don't know.
I didn't go.
Yeah.
I didn't go.
You're
bro.
right. I didn't see your name on there.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I didn't go to a cup this weekend. I was at home playing the game, dude.
Yeah, I feel you. So I mean, Giovanni? Maybe you could talk on this since Nikki didn't go. What did you see out there? What it looked like? I mean, I know you placed relatively well actually. So.
Yeah, it was cool. I seen. I was surprised. There was more. There was 2 Hydreigons there.
It was weird, bro.
The Hydreigon.
Yeah, it was super weird.
For the Archaladon.
Yeah.
That's what that's for. So, because in Fresno you typically see Archaladon doing well with Gazer playing it, people are going to play Hydreigon because it hits that 130. You can clear the bench. Or
Perfect math.
Yeah, or when they evolve, you spread it and then you devo them and clear the bench, and they have no attack.
Right.
So
I mean, it won the tournament, so.
Yeah, so that's why you'll see that.
But I mean, Dragapult, everybody's on Dragapult
everywhere.
Still.
Yeah.
There's a couple
Ride-on. Yeah, a couple Ride-on.
And you played.
And then some dude played Lost Box.
Who the fuck would pull up and play Lost Box, man? that deck is dead, bro. Who plays that anymore?
Hey, man, whatever you feel comfortable with.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever you feel comfortable with, man. Exactly.
I honestly thought they were going to take it all,
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. That guy was cooking.
So what did you play, Giovanni? Did you play Miraidon or Bolt?
I played Raging Bolt.
Raging Bolt?
Yeah, I played Raging Bolt, and I switched out my 2 charms for the ancient boosters just in case I ran into Cloth. I think the only Cloth player went 0-2 dropped,
no,
like that.
There?
Doug wasn't there. It was Jose. He had some rough matchups early and just took off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think. I mean, it's really hard for them.
So but that's why I put it in. I was like, just in case, because I was like making top cut. Like, I don't care what's in my way. Like, and like I matched up like pretty well into like everything. I just ran into my last matchup with I should have ID'd. I know better. But I ran into Justice, and he's Cerule Edge, bro. So people are sleeping on that deck. Dude, hits the numbers only for one energy, just crazy, bro. Like, I mean, after you get everything set up, but still, So,
was he playing the build with the Palkia?
Yeah.
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one specifically is nasty.
And then he snipes with Greninja sometimes.
So
like what?
Both, were you guys both 3-1? Why didn't what was the?
Yeah, both 3-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you look at the resistance and just not? You guys played it out because of that? Like what?
No, well, so Nikki had left.
Oh wait. No, my fault. You guys are both 2-1.
2-1.
Right,
you guys are both 2-1,
yeah,
and it made more sense to ID so they can both have a chance to make it in. But they didn't ID and they played it out, so only one of them had a chance to make top cut.
Yeah, and it would also put you guys on opposite ends of the bracket if you do that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, just so you know for future reference. Like if you ID at 2-1, right? You go 2-1-1, it puts you guys on opposite ends of the back bracket. So on your next round, going in, you never have a chance. You both kind of
can. You won't see each other.
Yeah, well, so you won't anyway because you're already gonna play. But you can sway the bracket to where okay, if you look at the other 2 ones in the room and if you know who's on what, it splits that in half, right? So if you guys are both favored into half the room, you can manipulate the bracket a little bit by IDing.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what I thought because it ran through my mind because just on like past cups where I should have ID'd but like I'm still new so I don't know, but I was like I didn't want to like ID and then like just because my resistance was higher than Justice's that he gets bubbled out.
Pull him
I was like,
yeah,
it would pull him in
because then it goes opponents, right? And that would be you. So if it was between him and another person and they were at the same
opponents, then
it goes to opponents and it would pull him in because your resistance is high.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because I took off. Like I actually went to a different card shop to sell some cards while this happened. So I didn't even have I couldn't even let them know like what the best case thing to do was. Yeah. They ended up just fucking playing each other and
and then at the end too, we still we were thinking about IDing, but I like just made sure that he got top cut, like circled his shit, So.
No, that's cool. No, I mean, and again, I think I've been in your shoes. I think I learned a lot of this from Nikki, right? Like I've sat down. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've sat across from Nikki at a cup and just looked at it like, hey, or next to it, at the Fresno Cup, right? Looked at you, I sit next to you, I was like, is it smart for me to ID here? And we were kind of like, it probably pulls me in, but maybe not. So I played it out anyway, and it didn't matter. But like, I've learned a lot about the brackets from Nikki, just like going over it and looking at the standings, looking at the resistance, and kind of figuring out where it's from. So it really does take it takes time. You're gonna have hiccups. You're gonna do what you did. You're gonna make kind of tough calls until you learn how the numbers are. And judging, when I was judging, that helped with that too, because I would see how things were paired, and then I would see when people ID'd how it shifted things. Right. So
yeah, it was definitely a learning experience. Like I know better now. Like for the next, like going forward, like it was just like a little cup. Like at least it wasn't like something bigger than that.
True.
I
still don't know, dude. I still have no clue.
I remember when I first started, and I was at a cup in Fresno, and Oscar and them were like, "You need an ID. Like you should ID." And I'm like, I'm not gonna ID to this guy. I'm gonna win. You know what I mean? In my head, but it's like, no, and it makes sense to to guarantee your spot. And I'm like, no, bro. Yeah. But then, obviously, after time, it's like, okay, I want to guarantee my spot in top 8 to have a chance to win the thing, because that's what you're going there for, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Just to win. Not just that, like sometimes that mental reset, being able to ID and take that round off, go get a drink, go get something to eat, like that changes your whole tournament run.
Yeah. Agreed.
I can tell you when Nikki and I hit each other in Fresno, and we were both, I think we were 3rd and 4th or 2nd and 3rd or something on the bracket. It wasn't even a question. We're like, we're gonna ID and go eat, right? Like,
Sure.
Because that makes a world of difference, right? you ID, you go grab some food, you have that mental reset, you can walk around the room, figure out what everyone else is playing. Like, that makes a huge difference. So
Yeah, for sure.
well, that's cool. Alex, did you play? You said you played a cup this weekend. What it look like? How'd you do?
I actually played 2 cups this weekend. I went to one on Saturday and then one on Sunday. The one on Saturday was the better one of the two. Went 401 in Swiss, and then I took home the cup. Was able to win my top 4, and then able to win the championship. So
nice. So you got that.
Wait, is
nice
that your second cup?
This is my first cup this season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you took home the nice Pikachu playmat. That's awesome.
How many is that?
Yeah, had some very unfortunate matchups. I was playing against. I think my first round was Guardy. It was the mirror. I just set up pretty well. Was able to Cresselia. You know, I don't think they had Cresselia, so that won me the mirror. Round 2, if I can remember. And I think my round 2 was a Dragapult, and that was kind of a rough matchup. But I was just able to, like I said earlier, just try and trade into Dragapults with Drifloons. And then I was able to knock out like a Minion or a Fez like later on, so that worked out in my favor. And then I hit probably my worst matchup, I think, Ancient Box.
For sure.
Just because they hit for weakness, it's all single prizers. It's like, yeah. But I got super lucky. I stamped him. He didn't draw anything, and I was able to like just like take the turn, you know, to where I was ahead in the prize race.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he just wasn't able to catch up, and that was my win. And then round 4, I think I ID'd round 4, and then round 5. Round 5 wasn't guaranteed for my opponent because I believe they had a weird record. They were like 2-1-1.
Okay.
And I was 3-0-1. I don't know how like the standings got like that, but I think it was because like, you know, the other people around me had already played him, or like,
yeah,
you know, it was just like a really weird like situation.
Yeah,
but we played it out,
winning in and because he couldn't go 2-1-2 because there was probably enough 3 people with 3 wins that were IDing around, right? Because you essentially got the down pair in that matter, probably.
Yeah, but it was still interesting because I was 3-0-1, right? I wasn't 3-1, so.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was another Dragapult. I was able to beat that. Just got super good draws. I was able to like establish my Gardevoir like turn 2, and I was able to like take a big knockout like that same turn. So that was pretty good draws. And then in the top cut, I hit the same Ancient Box player that I had played. And I was like, man, this is just like the cup like 2 weeks ago because I couldn't beat Ancient Box, and I was like, I'm gonna hit Ancient Box again. That was a good set. That was a good series. Just won both games by like a turn. Like if he had another turn, he probably would have won. But I mean, like just being able to Iono or Unfair Stamp was very big in the matchup.
Huge in that match. Yeah.
Yeah, because they can't.
Yeah, and then.
Yeah, you kill their ninja, and then you Unfair Stamp Iono. It's just GG's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then my final round, I hit the guy I ID'd with earlier. So, but he was on Polt. Just yeah. I mean, he had a rough game 1. You know, he was like Badoo, Itchy Pollen for like 3 turns, and like, you know, for Gardevoir, that's not really terrible. That's not really a big deal, right? You know, maybe for like your first turn to like find your Poffins, but like after that, you know, you're drawing cards with Curlias and stuff.
Yeah, you're discarding the energy.
Yeah, right. So like that was an easy game 1, and then game 2 was a lot closer, but I was just able to, you know, to take some big knockouts with like a Screen Tail onto like his bench Fez, and he didn't have a lot of draw power, especially after like I said, Ionos and Fair Stamps.
Yeah, man, well, congratulations on your cup win, first off.
Yeah.
It's, you know, well deserved. I mean, you're always seeming to get in the top cut, so it's nice to see you bring home 1 this season. But yeah, I mean, the Ancient Box matchup, man, that's tough. So glad you overcame that, because we had talked, like I said, you know, last pod, it was like that was the downfall of your cup run the week prior was Ancient Box. So glad to hear you got your vengeance arc on it and came
Fire.
back. So,
Fire.
Cool.
but well, that's cool. Is there any upcoming events for anyone? I mean, I know that.
Oh, we got autos next week, we got autos next week.
Yeah.
There's a
I think the majority of us are going to that one.
Yeah, there's a chance that Gazer picks me up from Bakersfield and I go to Vegas instead for a cup in Vegas. Bigger
Dark
prizing.
side?
Yeah, dark side. Yeah, obviously bigger prizing, probably better competition. So I think that's probably what I would do if Gazer's down to swoop.
For sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Giovanni, are you going to the Autos Cup?
For sure. Yeah. I'm gonna win it.
That's
I
right.
need that map, bro.
Yeah,
I need that
I'll
map.
see you
I'm
there,
gonna win it, bro.
I'll see you
Yes,
there.
sir. Love the confidence, bro.
Giovanni and I already talked. We said we'll see each other in Top Cut. We're like, we'll see each other in the finals, dude. Stay away from me until then.
Fire.
What was that? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
No, I said we had already talked, and we said we'd see each other in the finals. We're gonna stay away from each
Exactly,
other until
bro.
then. I don't know.
Exactly.
Giovanni and I have a really bad problem about anytime we go to a cup, the same cup, we hit each other round one.
We play each other every single time.
Yeah, and it's usually round one, and it's just like, well, this is chalk, dude. Like, right?
And I hate to say this, but every time I beat him.
Yeah, he does.
Every time.
It's like, dude, I'm like kryptonite over here.
I'm sorry,
I don't
right?
understand, man. So, but no, I
Yeah,
mean, hopefully one of us bring it home. I know that there
For
is, I would say, probably a quarter of the room, if not half the room, is going to be us, right? Because it's 20 people, and I think most of our team signed up. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about the 20 cap? Because I felt like it was kind of.
I talked to some of the guys in
odd.
Fresno about it, and I think financially it doesn't make sense. Like if you're running, I mean, I guess the buy-in is really cheap, right? It's like a $10 cup.
do you want to know why
Like,
I think they did it?
Because they're running One Piece and Yu-Gi-Oh at the same time.
Oh, I didn't know that. What I was assuming is that they don't have product to give out for prizing, so they're shrinking the cup down. So they use their play packs as prizing, and they make the entry low, so you get store credit for prizing on the other side of it. If you win, right, you get the map store credit and a handful of prize packs, and then that way they don't have to, promise a bunch or give out a bunch when they don't have it to give back, right? Like,
Yeah, but I mean, you can do what most cups do. Like even Bird Dog.
Yeah.
Like you can do a $20 cup or a $25 buy-in. If we don't have product, I'm gonna give you a $200 gift card. Buy whatever you want when stuff comes in, or buy something off the shelves, like whatever, you know.
Yeah, I agree with
think
that,
that's
but
fine.
we see here locally, like, no one is giving $200 credits, which kind of tragic,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think we have the player base here, right? We have the numbers starting to grow here. I just don't like. I think the shops are still a little hesitant on not making their money back. So,
A $25 buy-in, 35 player cap. I mean, you're making some bread.
no, I get you. I've voiced my opinion before, and I've said the same thing. But I think that's the underlying thing. Like Bird Dog, I can speak on them especially, but they're the owner of that shop. Like he's engaged with his player base. They're talking all the time. He does what the vast majority of the players want, right? As long as it makes sense. Like he doesn't put himself in a hole doing it, but he goes out of his way to make sure he'll make almost nothing on the cup to make sure that everyone who shows up has a blast with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do feel like we are lacking that a little bit, but
Yeah, I mean, like this time there was donuts. Last time there was a barbecue. Like it's definitely the best cup experience I've had at any shop. Even though I went 0-3 drop with Lost Box, like it was still a good experience. Like they had
Hold up, I thought you weren't there.
There's another guy there.
yeah, we edited.
Wasn't me, it wasn't me.
Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't
you
me.
just
Like
went for the
Mickey.
donuts. You just went for
But
the
it wasn't
donuts.
him.
Got it.
That's one for the donut. Yeah, I was there to support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. But I mean, they had the whole live stream there, like a really good setup. Like top table got the stream.
Super clean setup too. I liked it.
Yeah, it's a super clean setup. Like not only that, but they have the raffles in between around like the duck races, which like everyone's super hyped for.
Yeah.
It's like super engaging and like fun. You know, like there's some cups in town.
It's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to get the community involved and get all this stuff going. Yeah.
For sure. Like as sad as it sounds, like Like sure, like I used to love going to autos, but like I feel like it's just continuously.
I feel like that's most of the stores here in town, to be honest. I mean, I'm kind of jealous of Fresno's scene and stuff.
Oh yeah, their
like,
scene's crazy, bro.
Their scene is so like like every time I've been up there, I'm like, damn. I'm like, this is what we're supposed to have. Why don't we have this? That's crazy.
Well,
League like every day.
Yeah, the league every day, and they've had a lot of shops invest, but they've also invested back, right? Like, it takes two, and it takes shops like actually seeing that like it's not all about making the most profit, but to keep people around. Because I think the lack of knowledge from shops is they want to make all the money up front, and they never see that like you make more money on your singles and your playmats and your dice and your sleeves than you will ever make on entries. So it's like, get people there, and then the rest will wash itself out. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's always been a bit awkward, especially since I will say I think probably one of the contributing factors is the fact that we've had 3 shops open up within a year of each other.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, you're the player base. While we do have a very huge like. If you were to take into consideration like the Facebook page that we have, all the Discord pages, all the interaction that we actually do get, if the shops were to like accommodate enough for everybody, it'd be great.
Yep.
But the fact is that it kind of sucks because three shops opened up within a year of each other, and they're all kind of infighting to get people to come to their shop, and that's the kind of issue. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully one day, but.
Again, we're making decent progress. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, the scene's 1,000 times better than it was a year ago. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna like.
I remember pulling up the Paladins on Sundays.
Sundays in 100-degree weather with a swamp cooler, dude. Yeah.
Like. I'll always support Paladins with product and stuff, but I'm sorry, I can't do the summers there anymore.
Hey, what
100%.
What was that, Alex?
No, I was like agreeing, man, the summers and Paladins are they're crazy.
Nah, I'm sorry, but those get miserable.
What I will say is that Paladins is a great place if you have a deck that you miss playing, because they only run unlimited format, right? They only run League.
It's still League Unlimited.
Yeah, you want to go play ADP or Mu VMAX or whatever, like you could roll up and play that stuff, dude. So like,
I went up. We went. Me, Giovanni, and Justice were there for Pokemon Day, and I got paired up against the older guy. Him and his son were there, and we set up, get ready to go, and he flips over a Tapu Koko GX.
Oh God, run!
and then proceeds to bench the Pikabolt tag team.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, ew.
Yeah. But no, that is the cool thing. Like, I'll give it to them, man. Like, they stuck to that. They don't run mini sanction things. So, like, that player base shows up. Like, the dust the deck off and play what you want, you know?
Well, that and it's that place has always been great for learning for the younger kids.
True.
Like, there's so many young kids that show up to the, like, little events that they do.
Which is super healthy for the community to have somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is, because like we can go to some of the other places where it's a little more competitive, and that's good for us that know how to play. But having a little foundation to go to, being like, oh yeah, go there. It's great for kids.
That's where I started for sure.
Hey, I'm just saying, I Star Requiem some kid's Pikachu, and
Ryan, just because you won't let a kid win doesn't mean the rest of us won't let them win.
I don't let my own kids win. I'm not gonna let someone else's kid win. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
They have to learn. You know what I mean? They have to learn the hard way, bro. Pokemon is not forgiving whatsoever, bro.
Well, not only that, dude. When they actually win.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Them, like, I had another little kid at Paladins beat me, and the look on her face when every round prior, you could tell she just wasn't having fun. And I flipped over cards and I actually played, and she won. And she was like ecstatic the rest of the day. Like,
yeah, because she earned it, bro.
yeah,
she earned that win.
You know, and it's like that's more rewarding than me just letting some 8-year-old win. Like, you know.
See, but we also got to take into consideration some of these kids are 5. It's like
yeah.
There was a kid today that was playing with his opponent's deck. Like they split the cards halfway to play with each other.
Nice.
Yeah, I think some of my hardest matchups are versus like the lower divisions. I was at a cup in Fresno, and there was a kid in front of me where we're playing a mirror match, and he flipped over Comfy, and I was like you underestimate him so much. You know what I mean? You underestimate him so much. I'm like, he's not cooking. Coal Risk, Fire Select, Found Cram, Nest Ball, Switch Card. I'm like, what is this kid doing, bro? This is a hard deck to learn, and he's just all over the place. And you know, but
yeah.
Oh
yeah,
cool
no. But it comes back to like being able to train, like
exactly.
Train, but
like have somewhere to like to have an outlet.
Yeah. Because you know some of these other places aren't like kid friendly.
Oh man, what's Victor's kid's name that goes to Hellspawn? I forget the kid's name right now.
Oh yeah, he was at Paladins.
He was here today. Yeah.
That kid, like,
he's good.
He's pretty good, dude.
He's good.
Yeah, he's pretty good, and
he's pretty good.
He's only been playing like not even a year, and I'm like, dude, that kid, like, give it a couple years. He's gonna, you know, we're gonna be like, oh god, this kid's like, he's flower selecting and doing all these things, and we didn't expect it. You know what I mean? Like, he rolls up, he plays, and he plays well. He knows the card pool. You don't have to explain cards to him. Like, I played against him. He had a bye, and I showed up just to like hang out. So I was like, hey, I'll run a game with you. And dude, I'm flying through, and I'm not explaining anything, and he's keeping up. Like, the kid just knows the card pool. He knows what everything does. Like, I mean,
like seeing kids like that is honestly just awesome.
Yeah,
for sure.
It really is.
Yeah.
I know, definitely. Like, what I was gonna say is, like, when I first showed up to like California and like I was going to locals, like I was pretty young, you know, I was probably like 14, maybe 13 years old. But yeah, I remember like going up against masters, and like people always used to like underestimate me, like someone that like we know, you know, Danny, he would always say like, oh yeah, man, I always thought you were easy to play against, like when you were young. And then like our first game, like I played him, and I don't know if I beat him or not, but after that he was like, oh yeah, dude, this kid's serious, you know.
Sure.
But it's just like, you know, for like me, you know, I know I'm gonna be underestimated, especially like during that time. It was like I'm gonna try hard.
A little more fire, huh? Like it kind of like fires you up. That's fire.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think it also, and maybe Giovanni could speak to this a little bit, being newer to the scene, but it also goes to the same instance, not just age, but like when you go somewhere that you're not known. Like a lot of us now, we go to Fresno, we know people, right? We go out of town, like people have seen us around. But when you show up to somewhere that you've never been, like a town you've never been or a store you've never played at, and no one knows you, I think they also underestimate you because they're like, oh, this guy's not, like, he's just
some scrub.
Yeah.
Some scrub.
I just feel like, yeah, you gotta like earn the respect. I'm like, bro, like I played this like so much, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not like the best player, but you know what I mean? I know to play.
Yeah.
So
I remember like going to LA like for a few cups, and I usually travel there alone, you know, and just being out there 1 or 2 times, like people know my name now, and I think that's like really cool because when I went out there before, I went up to a shop, they're like, man, who is this guy? Like, no one's talking to me, no one knows me. But then you start, you know, playing Pokemon like you should, and people start like recognizing you. So I think that's a big cool thing too.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
it's a good feeling for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, yeah. So, well, I mean, yeah. So again, anyone, you might go to, or I think most of us are gonna go to autos. You might go to Dark Side. Alex, you got any cups coming up in your area?
Fortunately, I don't plan on going to cups. I know there's one this weekend, like on the Sunday, but I don't know. I'm really busy these next 2 weeks, so I probably won't play Pokemon at least until like the pre-release.
Gotcha.
Like in March, right? So.
Yeah, end of the month. Yeah. So
we're gonna be going to that in Tehachapi, right?
Yeah. We need to let him know.
There.
He said that it was sign up in store only. He would let us know. he has spots for a few of us already held, but we need to let him know like a total count, so we need to figure that out.
I'm there, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play as much as I can.
So it's supposed to be
what day is it?
$35. It's the 20. It's like the 25th or 26th, whatever that Sunday is.
Okay.
It's like the last Sunday of the month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be $35. You get your pre-release kit and you get 3 packs at the end. That's what it looks like right now. He did say there might be extra product to buy at the end as well, so that's kind of cool. So,
yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I need I think I'm gonna play Archaladon at the beginning of the next format, so I need one Zacian and a 2/2 double line, and that's it. You just throw it in the deck I already have built, off to the races, you know?
Man.
So.
No, yeah.
So. Should be pretty easy for me to get, but.
I'll definitely be on the Zacian deck. I feel like, I don't know, just to feel what Buzzwall Lycanroc was like again. Yeah.
I didn't play during that era. I collected, but I didn't play. So like.
Good deck. Fun deck.
I hear that it was great, but.
I don't know.
It was just fun.
I kind of want to take advantage of that trade Zoroark until the Manaphy reprint comes out.
Why? Like Zoroark was okay. Like it was like an okay card, and then they released another Manaphy. It's just like, well, now it's mid. Now it's mid.
Yeah.
You know.
It's fine. Take advantage of those like what's gonna be like a month and a half, 2 months.
Not
3
just
months.
that.
Yeah,
not just that. I think it also goes back to our earlier conversation where the ebb and flow, the pendulums, right? There's going to be a point where bench barrier comes out. Everyone's going to play it. All the bench attackers are going to go away.
Then it comes back.
Come out. Zoroark comes back, runs the season,
wins a tournament.
Yeah, so like, I mean, picking him up is never a bad investment, right? Like, how many of us picked up Chin Pao, played it, and then the counters came out, we set it down, and then it, fizzled out, and then we picked it back up because like it was a sleeper pick that actually worked, right? So I don't know, I see merit to it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the next set. I'm looking forward to rotation. I think it's well needed. We got too many cards in the pool right now that just make the meta kind of funky. So
there it is.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's a well designed card though.
Yeah. Best deck in the format.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah. Is it?
Card. It is.
I don't know, bro. That's like a tough topic.
No, because if they would have made it 60 HP, broke.
No, they just shouldn't have made it. That's the thing. They just shouldn't have made the card.
They said 2 years ago they wanted to slow the format down.
Yeah, that's cool. Slow the format down by making bigger, better attacking Pokemon that are harder to evolve.
No.
Don't release a card that I can no longer play, but I can no longer play Buddy Poffin. I start one card. Man, whatever, pass. Okay, but Duloc, you can't use Buddy Poffin. GG, no Arven. I mean, well, even if you use Arven, you can't get Nest Ball or Buddy Poffin. You have to top deck your next basic, and it's like, oh, geez. Like,
so
you can't even play the game anymore.
But the other side of that coin, you keep making Pokemon bigger, and might as well go play One Piece, dude. We're gonna have 8,000 life points or whatever they call it over there. It's like, at some point you have to stay tried and true to the core of the game, right? So if that's slowing down by item lock, I think that's fine. Like, I don't know.
I guess to an extent, but like make it more hard. Like it's a free attacker with free retreat. Like it's so easy to get out. It's so searchable.
But it
doesn't need. You don't need it. Yeah, but you also just like in the mirror, like Dragapult mirror. I'm gonna Badoo you the whole game, and like what if you don't find your second Dreepy?
No,
you just can't.
The reason I say that it's balanced is because I hit one the other day on ladder that was playing a charm. I vacuumed the charm. They put a cape on it. So you tell me that 130 HP Badoo is not broken, okay?
I don't know. If they would have made the card need more, there's like maybe you need an energy to retreat. Maybe you need an energy like to attack. Like that would have made that card a little bit more like not so broken, man. It's so easy to search out.
Yeah, but you also get into the fight then of they should do that to Cleffa, right? Where
but Cleffa doesn't have a bad trait. It's like it's not doing damage to your opponent. You're just drawing more cards. All right, I'm gonna Iona you. GG. But dude is just like you can't. It's not. It's a status effect, so you can't even like prevent it. It just happens, bro.
Yeah, that I do wish that there was more like I forget what card it used to be, but where it doesn't like the attacks of effects affect you, not just your Pokemon, right? So like if they put something like that, then even if you had to work to get it out, I feel like it'd be fine.
Yeah, Ranger used to do that. Pokemon Ranger.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, I think a Pokemon had it as well. I just can't remember who.
Yeah, I felt like there used to be a Pokemon that had that ability, and it was like you had to evolve into it. It wasn't a basic. It was like a stage 1 or whatever, right? But like still, you evolve into it, and then it doesn't let you be affected as a player. Like if they printed something like that to go coincide with Badoo, I feel like it would the masses wouldn't freak out as much.
Or they release action cards you can play on your turn during your opponent's turn.
Go play Yu-Gi-Oh! Go win an air fryer. Jeez, dude. Don't get me started on that. Next trap.
They give air fryers in Fresno.
Yeah, they gave out. That was the prizing, bro. Air fryers in Fresno.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, dude.
It's so fire.
But
that card was Marowak.
Marowak, you said?
Yeah, it was an old Marowak. It says you prevent all effects of attacks done to you or your hand by your opponent's Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loaded.
There you go.
See?
Release that.
See that?
Release a free retreater with an ability with that. I'm good.
Give us the what's the final baby we're missing? Like
we have Elekid, we have Cleffa.
There's Elekid, Manaphy.
We have Magby. We have.
Would it be Tyrogue?
Tyrogue, yeah.
Tyrogue and Igglybuff, I don't think we have.
Well,
Igglybuff, yeah.
And then also, what's the tree?
We have a Bonsly.
Yeah. We have a Bonsly, yeah.
Oh, do you have a Bonsly? Maybe it's just not playable. Yeah.
Do we have an Elekid?
Yeah. Hits for 30 damage and.
No, not the Elekid. What is it? Oh, it is Cleffa. Never mind, I'm thinking of Eek, but that is Cleffa.
Yeah, we have Cleffa, we have Magby. Yeah, so.
Do we have a Pichu?
We're getting one.
Yeah, we don't have a Pichu right now, no.
Yeah, give me a Pichu with an ability that says you can't affect me if it's in the active spot. I'm down.
Yeah, something, right? Like, that's what I said. It would ease the masses, but to each their own. So, well, guys, I think that does it. For us this week, unless you guys have anything else.
No, I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, as always, shout out to our sponsor, FCBC.
Always.
Yeah, I think Giovanni, you finally got some blood reds.
Yeah, dude, they're fire. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so I was like playing Dragon Shields and like. I don't know, the quality of the Dragon Shields were fire. And then I tried these and it was like so much like smoother. And it was easier to shuffle because the freaking there he is. The Dragon Shield like got super easy and these just like nice, bro. Like I feel like a better shuffler even though I'm not, but yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to FCBC. Definitely check them out on Twitter or their website. Pick up some sleeves. They're great sleeves. You won't be disappointed.
Not.
Other than that, you can find me on all platforms at Ryan's Unknown TCG. If you want to pass it around, someone else take it over. Give yourself a shout out.
I don't know the rotation. I'll go first. Giovanni Angel TCG. I'm just starting. I just made a Twitter. Starting to make some TikTok content, see how it goes, but follow me on there.
Yeah. All the links will be in the description below, so you can check us all out. Nikki Moon TCG on pretty much everything: TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter.
True. I guess we'll go with mine. It's Tony A TCG. That's on X. I think that's the only thing I'm going to be active on for Pokemon right now.
Alex.
Also new account.
Yeah.
We're still working on it.
Yeah, Alex is still working on it.
Well, we'll get him one day.
There is a Twitter post that says Alex doesn't have a Twitter, but congrats to his win at the Cup from our team, our team Twitter. Because I was like,
I think
we still have to post this, man.
I think in the last podcast he said I'm gonna be working on that this week.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it happening
I
next
remember.
week.
So, but maybe one day. Until then, if you see any of us
sure.
anywhere, definitely give us a shout out, say hello. Questions, anything, drop in the comment section, leave a like, hit subscribe, follow, whatever, share it, all the good stuff. Thanks again, guys. Catch you on the next one. Appreciate you guys.
Later.
Yeah.